Today is a very special day. In fact, it could just be a world first. So, the Galaxy S8 Plus, announced in March 2017, was a huge success. In fact, even now, to a lot of people when they ask me what phone they should buy, this is my recommendation. It's got a great battery, great display, great performance, and pretty much ticks all of the boxes. And that made people very excited for its successor. And that brings us on to this. This is not a genuine, this is a fake, a clone, a replica, whatever you want to call it, of the Samsung Galaxy S9. And we didn't just get this on its own, it came with a screen protector and a silicone case. Compared to the S8 Plus box, the S9 one is a tiny bit larger, as are the dimensions of the phone itself, according to the package. We can see that a lot of the specifications are very similar between the two phones, and that is what we're expecting to see. The Galaxy S9 Plus is meant to be slightly more of an iterative upgrade than perhaps the S8 was over the S7. But you can see here on the S9 Plus box, it says 6 gigs of RAM. The S8 Plus only had 4 gigs. And instead of earphones tuned by AKG on the real phone, the fake over here has earphone tuned by AJG. So it's going to be interesting to see if they've actually tried to recreate a fake brand just to simulate those earphones that are included. Who knows what they've done, but this is a very heavy, substantial box, and it looks like they've done a pretty good job. Let's get it open. Alright, so externally, this is probably one of the best fake or clone phone packagings I've ever laid eyes on. The attention to detail here is truly fantastic. Starting off with the screen protector and the case provided, the screen guard is a bit of a weird one because below that S9 Plus sticker, it says the LG G Vista 2. So really the company has just taken a random screen protector from a random phone and bundled it in with this one, so a bit of a bizarre move, I don't really get it. The case is a silicone case which looks a little bit more accurate. This looks like it would fit what the supposed Galaxy S9 Plus is going to look like, which of course means it's incompatible with this dodgy screen protector that's also included. Opening the main box, definitely a pleasant surprise. You're greeted by this plastic coated weaved finish. I was not expecting that. And the moment of truth, opening the box up for the first time, as you probably expected, the phone is on top. And so far so good. It's a little bit on the thick and a little bit on the heavy side, but visually speaking is kind of what we expect to see. The insert below has an uncanny resemblance to the Galaxy Note 8, which makes me think this is somewhat recycled packaging, and underneath this we've got a little box which you might expect to have a case or something else in it, but it just literally has the quick start guide. The charger included pretty much exactly resembles that of the Galaxy S8. Very well done, really impressive, you literally can't tell the difference. And there is a pair of included earphones, unfortunately not made by AKG or even AJG for that matter, but nonetheless they look pretty decent. And finally, hidden away towards the bottom of the box, we've got a SIM ejector tool and a USB Type-C charging cable. Nice to know that even though this is a fake, it's still using the latest standard, but no doubt it won't actually support fast charging. Alright, moving on to the phone, we've got a protective film covering the front, which somewhat exaggerates the screen to body ratio on offer, but even taking it off reveals a pretty generous screen size. Turning it over, the company could have done a bit of a cleaner job here, but you peel that off and it looks pretty much exactly as we expected it to. So far so good. We've inspected the packaging, we've unboxed the phone. What is left though is to turn it on and see what's on it. But just before we do that, we are approaching 1 million subscribers on this channel, the largest milestone we've ever hit. So if you could support me by subscribing, that would really mean a lot. Alright, so we've booted up the phone, I've spent a bit of time getting to know the software, and it's really rather impressive. And the first thing you probably notice is how closely it resembles that of the Galaxy S8 phones. Starting from the rear though, this phone is a pleasant surprise. Whilst I'm not a huge fan of the bold text towards the bottom of the phone, generally speaking I think the design is cleaner. And whilst of course the fake model here has a plastic finish, the real one would of course come with the same glass we see on the Galaxy S8 Plus. And one of the main problems with the Galaxy S8 Plus, that huge stretch towards the fingerprint scanner, which wasn't very differentiated from the rest of the body of the phone, is now completely gone. This new vertical camera array you can see on the fake S9 Plus is actually solving both problems in one go. It is bringing that fingerprint scanner closer to your hand and your fingers where they're resting, but also it's raising the fingerprint scanner above the rest of the body. Something we come to expect with these clone phones that come out before the real phones have been released is a thicker and a heavier body, and that hasn't changed here, so this aspect of the phone is definitely not representative of what we will see with the real phone. What I was really impressed by is though even though this is clearly not a powerful phone, just judging by how little it costs, they managed to keep everything running very smoothly. It's almost ironic because the fake phone is not actually running TouchWiz, but is only simulating this, but as a result is actually running a much lighter operating system, which means that sometimes equivalent tasks are actually faster on the fake phone. On the other hand, you might be able to tell there's been a bit of skimping when it comes to the display. The real S8 Plus on the left-hand side has got an 18.5:9 aspect ratio, but the fake one over here has a 16:9 and in its place a larger chin on both the top and the bottom. Also, whilst it's certainly impressive that the fake phone is actually curved, you'll notice the curve is only coming in the body of the phone, and that the display itself is completely flat, so it's missing that edgeless feel, that infinity display that the real phones have. The clone actually does impress in a lot of ways though. The wallpaper library, whilst not necessarily advancing it to the next level and including anything new, is complete. It has everything that the S8 phones do. The dialer, the built-in applications, very effectively emulate what we see on the S8. Everything from the home buttons to the settings menu is all intricately detailed. I find it kind of funny that even though the about section of the phone says it's running Android 7.0 Nougat, when you triple tap that it actually brings up the Marshmallow logo, which is the Android version it is actually running. And of course this guy disappoints in many other ways. The camera is almost non-usable, the battery life absolutely flies down, you can empty this thing in about 3 to 4 hours of screen on time, and the list goes on. But the purpose of this is not that, it's to get a flavour and an idea of what the Samsung Galaxy S9 Plus might actually feel like. And to some extent, it's very encouraging. Whilst the only improvements we can really see so far are the more symmetrical design and the more easily accessible fingerprint scanner, those are both very welcome changes. Anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching the video, I really do appreciate it. My name is Aaron, this is Mr. Who's the Boss, and I'm signing out.